Ladies and gentlemen, don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the video, welcome to the show. This spoiled my video. I've been talking about wanting some thunder for a while, and ladies and gentlemen, on this 15th of July, this is the day we're gonna have it. They're beautiful, they're extravagant. I'm gonna show you. Welcome to a show. Welcome to Nature Corn. Oh, they're beautiful. They're fucking beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna have a sideway video because I didn't think about it, but fuck you, what you gonna do about it? We're also gonna do some videos in the background. Alright? Welcome to the show, guys. It is a fucking joy. Look at this shit. How nice it is. Thor is striking his anvil tonight. How did the Viking knew what was up. It's beautiful, isn't it? I'm hoping for physical view. Wow. Guess I have to watch the whole thing. Oh shit. It's beautiful. Watch this. Rejoice. Apocalypse. Now I'm gonna be filming videos. You're gonna hear me talk. Don't pay attention. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well today, having a fantastic day. Okay, you can see in the background we got some thunder. Look at this shit. You can see the background, it's kinda crazy. Now we're filming it. We got the phone up, so we're good. Love thunder, love seeing thunder. That's kinda cool, right? As you can see by the video, as you can see by the title, this is not an happy video. I'm excited for the thunder, but it's not a video I should be happy to make. It is a public apology. Now, about 4 days ago, right, I made a video, and somebody, a close friend, really close friend, thought I was talking about them, and although I wasn't, I was still wrong, and this is the apology I'm gonna make. I wanna make this apology because, as a content creator, as a human being, but more so the content creator, as a human being, where we should be, fuck it, the lights, go, give me a second, guys. Is it fixed? Not really, huh? Not really. It's okay. We'll manage with it. As a human being, I should be more aware of what I'm saying. As a content creator, it is doubly so. Because wow, you saw that? This is beautiful. We're gonna film it. We're gonna have it on camera. Look at this shit. This is beautiful. It's thunder. This is possibly one of the best nature con I've had in a while. In my saying, it's possibly one of the best nature con I've had in forever. So, long story short, as a content creator, you have a bigger reach. And it doesn't matter what you're trying to say, it doesn't matter the intention with what you're saying, it doesn't matter the message you want people to come across. You have to understand that it can be interpreted in some way. You have to be aware that some people are going to see this video, understand one thing, some people are going to see this video, and understand another thing. And I have to be more careful. I want to apologize, truly apologize. Because I understand that sometimes the way I'm talking isn't clear. Not the clearest person. Listen, in here it's chaos. It's a humongous of idea. It's a plethora of different ideals that are clashing almost every day. But it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse to not be precise in what I'm saying. So, sincerely apologize if at one point, and I'm talking about this person, but I'm talking about every single person in general. If at some point you felt like what I was saying was directed at you, listen. It's tough because you want to be transparent, but honest. But if you're hurting other people's feelings, it's not good, you know. And I should make an if I'm talking about someone, I should make a clearer effort of making sure that we're talking about the right person. It is perceived as talking about the right person, because the plan isn't to hurt people. It was never to hurt people. It was never ever. I know. I have tendency of an asshole. There's time where I'm gonna talk, but I'm gonna seem like an asshole. And even if you see me with my close friends, you're gonna see me with Cappy, you're gonna see me with Janice, you're gonna see me with Lucio, you're gonna see me with my mom, even my mom, you're gonna see the video. I like to tease, I like to even V, I like to bully V. I like to bully her because she's cute and She doesn't understand that I'm trying to bully her. But you're gonna see I'm very teasy, and sometimes it can be perceived, and even that can be perceived as me being an asshole. There's some time where I'm gonna talk and act like an asshole, but there's always one thing I can guarantee you. Always a thing I can guarantee you. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to do the best to be a better person, to be a better human, and do my best to be positive and to be. It's beautiful. It is magnificent. Look at this shit. I'm making a valiant effort just to portray that I have good intent, to portray that I have the best intent. And I think using the word portray here is, I choose to use the word portray, because portraying doesn't always mean that you're trying to do it, but you want people to see you as this perfect, and it's, I know it's unachievable, but you want to see people to see you as this perfect person, want them to see you as this single ray of hope. And it's not narcissistic. I can control the message that I send. I can control the message. I can control my video. I can control what I say, right? I can control other content creator. Am I thinking I have a better content creator than others? No. But at the same time, I have to be more careful with how my message is perceived. There's this huge belief. There's this huge belief, and this is the belief that I'm sadly part of. Sadly I believe in. Sadly I agree with. It's in life. It's not necessarily the truth that matters. The truth don't matter. It's what people will understand that matters. You can be screaming from the rooftop the truth. People understand that something that is bad is good. They'll understand it's good. So yeah, so my apologies. Public apologies. I don't do a lot of videos like these. I don't plan to make a lot of videos like these. And I know that you're asking for, you're asking for more details. Who am I talking about? What situation am I referring to? But it's also the fact that, see, I did a video last week about forgiveness. I did a video 2 weeks ago about accountability. The reality is, as much as it sucks saying that, it's not about the person, it's not about the situation, it's about a general rule of thumb. It's about there's other people, and I'm lucky enough that this friend came to me and said, hey, I didn't appreciate what you did, right? And even though it wasn't about him, and even though my intention weren't bad, he still came to me and said, I didn't appreciate that. And I think it's a real friend. A lot of people aren't going to be able to say what they think, and you're just going to let you go. And I lost a lot of friends that way. Didn't mean to, but again, it doesn't matter. I believe, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I truly believe that your intentions are important. I push you, right? My intentions were just to play along. But you can see my intention as pushing you. You can see that as in negative fashion. You can see it as an attack when it wasn't. And it doesn't matter my intention if you don't believe my intention. And I regret that. I regret how my message is perceived. And I know it sounds like a cop-out. Oh, you regret the way your message is perceived. So you're basically saying that you don't regret your message. If my message is perceived in a certain way, look at this shit, you saw that. I'm filming it, so we got it on camera, right? See, we're trying to start, so it's pretty cool. Like I'm saying, in multiple words but one, I regret how my message is perceived, right? But if I did a better job as a messenger, if I did a better job as enunciating my perspective, if I did a better job as drawing a picture of what I'm trying to say, it would be perceived in that way. If my answer to a question is yes, you know it's yes. My answer to a question is no, you know it's no. If my answer to a question is maybe, then it's not like I didn't answer at all. So yeah, that was my mistake. That was my bad, and I have to make a conscious effort of being more conceived. I have to make a conscious effort at being more understandable, because I know I'm hard to understand. I know there's a problem also with the videos I do. The videos I do are direct state of mind, or direct diary, or direct message to you guys. And there's some time where I don't plan, and there's a part of me that enjoy not planning. There's a part of me that I'm not planning. I don't come always across as the most precise person, as the most. It's weird. I was talking to a sexologist today, a doctor of sex. I don't know how you call it. Fuck, I call it sexolog, but it's not. It's in French. So about sexuality, right? Luckily enough, I had, and I didn't tell her, but luckily enough, I had a couple of friends that had the same job as her, so I was able to understand some of the concept that she was doing. But if I didn't have those friends, I wouldn't understand. It's not because she did a bad job at showcasing how she felt. It's because those are hard concepts to grasp, you know. And I can come across as, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. And it's funny because I do apologize a lot to a lot of people. So I understand that my apologies doesn't seem sincere. But I'm more of an action kind of guy, showing that I care about you, showing that I love you, than just saying sorry. So yeah, pretty much it. And it sucks because in the perfect world, this video doesn't exist. There's a need for a video. I hurt people that I care about, and that's awful. It's an awful feeling. I can't help but think about my father. I can't help but think about my mom. My mom would send me to, wanted to send me to shrinks, wanted me to go to the workout, would teach me discipline. I saw her as pushing me away, when in reality she was trying to guide me. The right people with the right tool. It takes a bigger person. It takes a bigger person to understand I'm not the answer. It takes a better person that maybe somebody else than me is a better person to teach my kids. Think about my father. My father used to hit me as a kid. And I told you guys that he used to cry about it. It really hit me hard. My father was willing to make sacrifices. My father was willing to be an asshole. See? And that's not accountability, that's manning up. Right? My father, I didn't apologize. My mom didn't apologize. They showed me it was the right way with actions. And I started doing that. I'm flawed. I'm flawed as fuck. I'm flawed as fuck, and I won't stop being flawed. Being flawed is what makes people beautiful. But if you're to hurt people, and it's not because there's people in my life that I care about more, that I care about hurting more. The people in my life I would hurt, and I would be as worried, I wouldn't bat an eye. You know? The reason why we did less content is because I hurt that person. We did a lot of less content because I hurt that person, and it wasn't the goal, and I felt bad about it, you know. That's the reason why we stopped making content for a while. Am I gonna say I stopped making content because I hurt somebody? No. There's actual people in my life that I hurt and I didn't care. That hurts your soul. That hurts somebody. That wounds somebody. That hurts. Again, that hurts your soul. That hurts your whole being. When I was a kid, me and a bunch of friends, right? A bunch of friends, we found a dead squirrel. One of those boys' day out. On our bike, the world is ours. With a bunch of sticks. Poke at a dead squirrel. Which is something every boy did. Which is something that is quite common. I knew it was wrong, and I followed. At the time when I was poking squirrel, we were laughing. It was weird, it was disgusting, that squirrel might have been an animal, there was a soul inside of it. The number of meat I've eaten, I don't feel bad about it. I'm not gonna go vegan tomorrow. But I'm lazy as fuck. The fact that people are killing the meat for me, and I get to get the rewards. They get their soul hurt by killing animals. And I get to eat the animals, and the rewards are food. It's a tough thing. It don't make a lot of sense, huh? There's no apologies. I'm sorry. Don't blink, it's your boy Welcome to the show. And I'm doing well. I did the thumbnail. Oh my god. Let me check for thumbnail. Let's see the lights. Too late. So I'm so sorry, guys. There you go. I got it. Perfect. Thumbnails. So, quick shout out to Netflix, which is a band on YouTube that give their content out for free for content creators to use their music. I think it's a very smart move because their name is out there. Their name is out there by you using the music. Their name is out there on Spotify, on YouTube. They make ad revenue, which is great. You can use their videos for them to grow as a band. And I think it's super nice what they did. It's a really smart business move, but they're also allowing content creators to use their music. So I want to thank Neffex, Neffex, for the opportunity to use their music, for the gift of content, for the gift of a way to a lot of people, they don't have the skill to use music, to create music. A lot of people don't have artistic talents necessary for doing X, Y, and Z. And the fact that there's a group or a band out there that actually give their music and say, hey, can you use it in your video, right? It's copyright free. That's amazing. I don't know, I never use their videos. I'm gonna use their music and live TikTok today. We already used it, but I didn't post the video, so I don't know the repercussion of using said video. But what I do know is that so far so good. So yeah, so it's actually it's about sharing. I believe we talked about this with Cappy, and it was one of the listen with Cappy. Cappy, one of the best conversations I had with her. We've been talking for years, and we had this talk about 4 to 5 months ago. It's a beautiful day outside, and I still remember it's like yesterday. It was almost communism, but it was should knowledge be free? Should knowledge be reserved to the elite? Fucking mosquito, gosh, you know. That's a tough question. Should you give knowledge to everybody, right? And the perfect answer is yes. But if you give a chance to anybody, a society has, oh my god, this is bad to say, but society in itself has to have different echelon of society. There needs to be people that are doing the job that nobody wants to do. People that have to do a job that some people want to do, but not everybody. Some people that have really good job, some doctor and everything, right? Also, there's this case of if you give the knowledge of a doctor and somebody kills somebody by being a doctor, make a mistake and kill somebody. When you give that knowledge, you're kind of responsible. And with music, Netflix is the same way. They're giving out content, but music is to a certain degree less dangerous than knowledge, isn't it? The fact that they're sharing that knowledge, the fact that they're showing this intellectual property, it's amazing. With the advent of social media like TikTok, like YouTube, like the Thunder World, this is fantastic. Never has this amount of knowledge been free. Never has this amount of knowledge that's been this widespread. That's always a good thing, right? Or is it? I'll let you guys decide. Shout out to Netflix, thank you for the music. Thank you for making my content a better place. I'm sincerely grateful. Okay, good. My car. So beautiful, guys. Holy shit. Raznia. Raznia. Oh. Don't blink, it's your boy Ing. Welcome to the Neville, come to the show. You'll have to just choose the horrible lighting. We're gonna choose horrible lighting with lighting versus good lighting with no lighting, right? Does it make sense? Makes sense. Today's subject is kind of simple. Tuning your mind. The mind is a beautiful thing, you see? The mind, it's the human as a whole. Don't matter your race, your age, your sex, your orientation. It's a beautiful thing. Muscle gets stronger. They can get weaker. But most of all, they get stronger, right? That's a beautiful thing. And you have this occasion where you get to train your muscle with the strength. You're more resilient. You're stronger, right? But the best part of human is their mind. Why? Well, because the mind is the CPU behind the whole machine. The mind, a good mind and healthy body. A bad mind and a bad body. See, the mind is one of the most sensitive things. We choose to rot it, we choose to corrupt it, but we can choose to embrace it. The fact that we're able to process information, to process perception, to process opinion on X subject is a beautiful thing and its own. But the mind can be trained. For example, a lot of people talk about muscle memories, which is kind of similar. Think about it. But for example, right, you're a plumber, and you've been doing this job for years and years and years, and you have a case that you saw before. Well, your brain's gonna remember that, and it's kind of muscle memory. So you've been a plumber for years and years and years, and you learn the job, and you learn your job, and you master the job, and that knowledge that you train yourself in a certain optic for people. And it's kind of cool because a lot of the jobs start as a it starts as a whatchamacallit, it starts as an interest, right? We had somebody in the TikTok live tonight, which was a sex doctor, not a gynecologist, a shrink for sex. I don't know how you fucking call it in English. I'm sorry, I'm French. Give me a fucking break. But with her, see, she has this knowledge because she studied it, right? That's what you would believe. But no, she has this knowledge because she works it on a day-to-day basis. Something that is really cool with the mind is the amount of language you can learn. I'm lucky I speak French, English, a little bit of Russian, a lot of Romanian. That's foreign language, right? If I don't speak Russian, you see me often talk or count in Russian. It's because I want to keep that language in my mind. With Romanian is very similar to French, and French was my first tongue. So French being my first tongue, when I think in French. English, I listen to a lot of media. I do media in English, right? So it's different. But with her, it's something that she see every day. If you don't speak a language, right? If you don't speak a language, you'll forget it. And that is training your mind in certain optic. It's a beautiful thing. I thought the beauty of the mind was. I often thought for my whole life, the beauty of the mind is open-mindedness. The beauty of the mind is how much information you can assimilate. The best advice that was ever given to me. The best advice. I was working at A&W. I was looking at A&W, right? I had 2 weeks left because I gave my 2 weeks. I had a fight with one of the manager. She was a bitch. She was a bitch who would verbally abuse employees. And I didn't take it. I was in a bad mood. I don't remember what happened. I was in a bad mood, whatever. And I didn't take it. Oh, the light is good here. The light is actually good here. Holy. So yeah, there was this customer there. And we used to, as again, I'm not proud of that, but we used to make fun of him because he kind of looked homeless, right? And would come in every single day. And life is weirdly made. Life is really, really weirdly made. And every day he would pay and change. But the possibility that he was really homeless. And I had 2 weeks left. There was no customer. It was like 11. We were closing in 20 minutes. Our cleanup was done. I was bored. It was the same conversation. We were talking about work, and that was one of my last day. Like, I'm not gonna listen to the conversation, bro. I'm not gonna work here. So I actually went to clean the table. And it's work is really, really weirdly done. We had this, when I was younger, I was 21, right? I used to work in this coffee shop. In this coffee shop, we would pick up a mug, clean it. So the client would take this coffee for 50 minutes, and I would have to clean a mug, which took me a couple of seconds. I was a dishwasher, yeah. And one of my favorite things to do was to go customer to customer and just talk with them. Because, well, it gave us tip, first of all, let's be honest here. Second of all, it was people I didn't know. It was people I wouldn't know. It was people that helped me pass the day. I was bored most of the time, but I want to believe there's more than that. The same thing at A&W. That homeless guy, I talked to him, and for me, I don't know if he felt lonely. He felt lonely or something like that. I'm talking to him. No, always remember, I was about to leave. And he grabbed my arm. which really kind of scared me because I didn't know him, right? And he told me something I always remember. Best advice I was ever given. He told me, it's not about how much you know, it's how far the thing you know will take you. That is training your mind, it's understanding. The beauty of the mind I always thought was the fact that you can learn. The beauty of the mind is doing the same thing, learning the same thing, talking about the same thing. For oh, you see, mosquito with blood, which means it's my blood. And the beautiful thing is dedication, being able to listen to the same subject for years and years and years, and still be interested with it. I have this father who goes in his garden and he makes his garden and he has his garden every single fucking years. And I'm like, why? It's just almost all the time the same plants. Well, there's a general difference. It's dedication. I respect that now. Right? It's a beautiful thing. A world of possibility. And to choose a couple. And it's a beautiful thing. That's how you train your mind. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your boy Ying. Welcome to the Real Color Show. Guys are doing well because they're having a fantastic freaking morning, evening, afternoon, whoever you are, wherever you are. We're doing another video today. Did another video today. Thank God, me and my friend's situation got solved. I got the motivation back. It is a beautiful thing. We're talking about balance today. We're talking about balance because it's something we're talking about at the TikTok live, which was 2 hours ago already. No, it was an hour ago. What am I saying? I'm getting bitten. It should have mosquito, but we're aiming to film this because there's thunder and it's beautiful. See, you can see it. Fucking hate mosquito. I'm a bit allergic to them. Not enough for me to go to the hospital, but still. So balance. We're talking about it, and balance is in every shape or form. I always hunted for good versus evil. Right? I always wanted to do the good thing versus the evil thing. Always pursued a noble action, right? And then I started listening. I had a big depression when I was 22. And I started listening to Nothing Nowhere. Nothing Nowhere was, in a lot of shape or form, my teacher, my mentor when it came to depression. He told me how to live with it, not to fix it. When you know, in a depression, people are so in a rush to fix it, which is normal. But it's not so much fixing it. It's about understanding that it's something that's a part of you. Learning to live with it. Depression, and what I'm going to say is going to be horrible. People can get mad at that, but fuck him. It's my channel. Living with depression is like living with a handicap. It's like living in a wheelchair. You can still move, but you don't feel like it. See, the fact that in the depression I couldn't do nothing. People didn't understand. They're like saying, "Go out, make some friends, mature yourself." No, it's hard. It's like living with depression. Then I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. You know what healed me? You know how I fixed depression? I live with it. I live with it and I live with it and I live with it. So it became a part of me. Because it was a part of me, I could accept it. When things got better, my life got better. It became less and less of a part of me, right? And the gray became a new norm. It became, don't chase for complete happiness. Don't chase for sadness. Just stay in the green, in the gray. As long as you're in the gray, you're in the right place. This idea today, as a content creator, evolve, and it's a question of balance. And the more I think about it, the more I keep that concept in mind, the more it's becoming something serious. The more it becomes a valid concept. That balance is everywhere. I'll always remember the movie 23. Where there's this guy called Jim Carrey. Well, this actor Jim Carrey, and in the movie he's a serial killer, right? And you see the letter 23 everywhere, and he wants to solve the murder, and it's only hint or clue the number 23. And then we realize it's a killer. That's another story, right? It's a good movie. You guys should watch it. So the balance is when you learn a concept, when you embrace a concept, when you have it in your mind, that concept becomes a reality. Right? Understanding that the more weight you lift, the stronger you are is a known fact. Until you do it, it's not a reality. It's a known fact. It's a possibly. It's a what if. What if I'm able to? What if I'm strong enough? What if I can become stronger? Right? Like it's a goal. I think every person wants to be stronger. I think for women, they have this fear that they're gonna get a very big body and become manly. You see that with Magpie. Magpie? It's been a while since I've watched porn. And her, she used to be a fan favorite, right? And lately, she started really working out, and I'm proud of her. She achieved goals that people would think it's possible, but because she had a more muscular body, people are starting to refer to her as men, right? And for a dude, the bigger you are, the better it is, right? You're gonna get into people calling you a meathead. But physical strength, physical fitness is a form of dedication. It's a form of thing. That's where it leads us with balance. What do? You aim for the best or you aim for the middle? You aim to have a good enough physical strength or good enough physical health for you to be able to do something else, or you aim for physical perfection? Like, can take people like that, or bodybuilder. If you don't know bodybuilder, it's not easy to do. It's constant diet. It's constant work. It's constant show. It's not drinking water. It's really fucking hard. See, I had a friend that did that, and it's hard. They didn't like it, and it was torture. But they put themselves through it because they cared about it, right? That's dedication. There's no balance in there. There's no balance. It's obsession. It's something like that. I'm fat. You guys know that I'm fucking obese. There's no balance. Except with food. Which is, I love that about myself. I love that I can have a great time eating food. You give me a good meal and I'm happy for hours. Give me a great meal, I'll talk about it next morning. There's no balance. What do you do again? It's so hard because what do you want to do? You want to talk about you want to have like a medium meal just so it doesn't feel too good or too bad? You want to have like a normal meal that's not super interesting? That's what you're aiming for? Feels weird. Feels weird saying that. But balance, once again, is such an important thing about understanding that some good thing and some bad things that happen. And in a perfect world, the best thing, the good things are more numerous than the bad thing. But I've learned more as personal as I can get. I've learned more from my past experience that are negative. I learned more from pain than I did from happiness. I evolve more from being in pain than happiness. And that's a beautiful thing. That is something that I cherish. It's something that I care about. It's something I crave. I crave that growth as a person, as a content creator. See, we did a video today about me fearing, me being nervous, me being stressed about becoming a bigger creator, right? The reality is, and I'm not afraid of becoming a big content creator. I'm not afraid of the growth. I'm not afraid to achieve new heights when it comes to social media. I'll be right back. The fear is as simple as in vendetta can become so big. In vendetta can become this sensation. Can Stefan follow? Can Stefan be big enough to carry the weight of in vendetta? See, it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. How can I picture it? I think it's a question of balance. But that balance is so hard to find. I had two very different parents, right? I've had two more different parents than I couldn't have. They were so different, yet so complementary. My father was really strict because my father was afraid that my mom was being too kind with me. My father was being a lot stricter because it felt like my mom enabled me. My mom was being kinder. My mom enabled me because my mom did enable me. She became a lot kinder. The only reason for that is because my dad was such an asshole. And I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. I'm sorry I'm calling you an asshole, but that's how I felt. My father was a great man. I fucking love my father. But growing up, he was an asshole. He was an asshole. I hated him. I love him now, but I'm not gonna change what I felt when I was a kid. My father believed and teach me the hard stuff because my mom wouldn't. And my mom was convinced that my father would only teach me the right stuff, so the rough stuff, so she would teach me the soft stuff, right? My father was factional. He believed in facts and he believed in scientists. My mom believes in emotion, believed in human. Now, when I want me to tell you a secret, they were both wrong. The answer lies in between. The answer lies in they both had a piece of information. I did a video last week about religion. I'm getting at the question, do I believe a lot? My answer is I believe in a higher power. My perfect answer, the shortest answer I can give you, I believe that every single religion has a fact, a truth. None religion are perfect. They all have a truth. When you put them together, that's where you get it, the one and only religion. A concept found in Elden Ring. The faction. They all have valid points. They're all wrong though. See, that balance is so hard to get because understanding that the answer lies in between the teaching of my mom, the teaching of my dad. Where is it? Is it closer to my mom's truth or is it closer to my dad's truth? Is it closer to, are they both wrong? That balance isn't equal. That balance isn't equal. Let me picture it, right? You have a balance. Picture a real balance, right? And put a kilo of feather and put a kilo of rocks, right? What is the heaviest? If you're smart enough, you tell me, well, they're both 1 kilo, so they're the same. If you're even more clever, you understand that if you take one rock compared to if you take away a feather, the complete balance is done. And it's true balance. What has the weight of a feather will not have the weight of a stone. In a perfect world, you're made of perfect stone and got the perfect weight. Well, how do you take away from? It's quite confusing, you know. But it makes sense in my head. See, balance is such a dangerous thing, such a beautiful thing. It doesn't exist. Perfect balance doesn't exist. If you're factual, let me put it that way. Let's do my mom's version and my father's version. If you're factual, my father. All it takes is 50 fucking mosquito. All it takes is 50.1%. Balance is done. If you're emotional, all it takes is one bad day to have the worst time of your life. Who's right? Who's wrong? Was there ever a person that was right? Or was everybody wrong? That's it. Time for me to go because I'm getting destroyed by a mosquito. Thank you for listening to my rant, to the craziness. As a reward, I'm obsessed with this song. Obsessed with this fucking song. Most of it is done. I love you guys, sincerely. I don't say it enough when I do. You're all I have. You're all I ever need. Is that true balance? No. Na zdrowia. Choo-doo-doo. Choo-doo-choo-doo-doo. Choo-doo-choo-doo-doo.